Well, I always think he's gonna be fine. I think his nothing went really right after the first inning. I think the command was less than his best. I think the 2-out walks, really put him in jeopardy, and then obviously the big home run on a misexecuted pitch. So, with Joe, it's a fine line of command and control and being inside the strike zone too much versus having his command and control fall apart. This is a good team across the way. We all know that. They're an excellent team when you give them an extra 90 feet, and we did that multiple times with some walks, and that's a difficult way to live versus a good team.
What's your level of concern right now with just the middle, the back end of your rotation?
Well, I want to get the front end healthy. That's the number one priority. And then these guys have a little bit of room to improve, and they know that. I think they're one good start away from really getting on a roll and getting some momentum. So they've all done it in this league. Joe being the guy who's done it the least, just as a rookie. But I have a lot of confidence in these guys that they can get the ball to our bullpen. And it's difficult when they get in these ruts where some bigger numbers are getting put on the board. Specifically in an inning. The Indians came into this series having not put together a couple innings, but that was sort of the nature of this series was we gave up, multiple run-ins in multiple innings. And but our rotation is good enough. I feel like these guys can make pitches and get outs. It's just some are not pitching at their best right now.
AJ, you guys did the homers today, but it seemed like overall through the series, you're never really able to get the bats going like usually you're able to.
Yeah, no, that's true. And good pitching will do that to you from time to time. I think you go through some offensive ruts. The punch outs this series, they did a good job of missing our bats. And, our guys will keep battling. It's, if you watch our team over time, a day like today is not going to surprise you where we kind of hang in there. We had one big at bat that we really felt like we could get back in it in the fourth. When we scored the 2 runs, and then at the end there with a little bit of a flurry. But you should expect that out of this team, which will indicate that ruts like this are going to happen in the big leagues. I think they're hopefully few and far between when you have a good offensive club. But to be honest with you, the Indians outplayed us in just about every area. They did a really good job this series, and that's why they came away with the wins.
DeMar went to bat. The game's it's a 5-run game. He's battling, fouling off. Just how impressive was that?
Yeah, it shouldn't surprise anyone who watches the Astros. This is how we play, just the bottom line. And he represents that in that at bat. But there's also other instances. I think when you don't hit, there is a sense of malaise, or there's a sense of energy loss. When you do hit, everybody's on the top step and you feel good about it. The thing about our team is we'll keep competing. That's a staple of what we are. It's why we are where we are. We had a rough weekend, and it'll pass, and we get to wash this away and get to a new series against a new team.
What did you think about Tolliver being in there for a little while?
He picked us up big. We needed him to lengthen the game as much as he could, and a little chaotic at the beginning, with a lot going on. Hit the guy in the foot, then the weird play at first base, bang bang play, but he stayed in the play and got the out. So just to get out of that inning, we were just, they'd scored a couple of runs. And so we didn't feel very good about it. And then he went on a pitching clinic. He really did a good job of mixing his pitches. The more tired he got, I thought the better he got. I think whether that's just relaxing, getting into the big leagues for the first time in a while or whatever. But he picked us up when volume of the innings was one. The second part of it was how good he is. Now, his reward for that's not going to be today. We're going to send him out and get a fresh arm in here tomorrow. We'll have that announcement tomorrow. But the reward is that he put himself, back on the map, that the next time we need a reinforcement, he's a very capable one.
So he was optioned?
He was optioned after the game, yeah. We'll have the next move tomorrow.
After a series like this, you just kind of say, let's just forget about it, move on, this kind of thing.
Well, you have to. The schedule will tell you we got to play tomorrow, and we play the Tigers, and they're pretty good too. So I think, the ebbs and flows of the season are difficult. You try to stay as even keel as you can, but we had a rough weekend. That's the bottom line, and they did a better job of playing the game, and that's why they're a good team as well. So we'll bounce back from this, and obviously you want these stretches to be minimal, both in numbers of that happens and also the days in which it happens. So maybe the ninth inning sparks us a little bit, that puts a little life back in the offense. We come back tomorrow, a better team.
I think every time maybe we see Bregman put a couple of good swings together, even over a week's time, we think, okay, here's where he maybe gets going. Is that any reason to look into that, or does it seem like he's getting on?
He's doing fine. I mean, I think the sport is built that where recent memory is either good or bad, right? If you have a couple of rough games, people consider it a slump. If you have a good game, then everybody thinks that's the catapulting you to the hot streak. I think he's a really good player. He's hitting in a portion of the order that we're not asking a lot out of him. But it's even today. He lines out to left field, hit a ball pretty deep to the wall of the center field, hit a home run. He walks away. If you just look at it on paper, it's 1 for 4. If you look at it a little bit deeper, pretty good at bats. So he'll be back in the lineup again tomorrow, and he'll be a contributor.